Hello, boys and girls. This is a test of my channel. I'm just having a look and seeing if everything is working correctly. Hey, I see you inside one. How are you, my friend? I'm just seeing if this is all hunky-dory. Is it working like it should? Can you guys hear me? I don't have a ton to talk about, but this hasn't been brought up on the other show. This is just crazy what's going on with this. Guy in Australia was charged with 1,623 sexual abuse offences against 91 children, 87 of them in Australia, 4 of them overseas. It's like, I think it's one of the largest individual, uh, you know, abuse cases for people to be charged singularly. It's just bonkers. But everyone's been following this all week down here. I just can't imagine a monster. And he worked at a childcare center. That's insane. It's brutal. The victims, some of them, he offended for so long. Some of the victims are now over 18 years old and are adults. To me, that's frightening. Frightening that he was, offending for so long. And the fact he had access to children like whenever he wanted. The way they targeted this guy and found out it was through a dark web website, but the way they traced him was the children he was abusing had a specific sort of sheet under them, and they sent that off to manufacturers, and the manufacturers told them it was made exclusively for a particular childcare center, and that's how they were able to track him down. Very, very clever. They were able to match the pattern and then say, well, look, we only make it for one place. And that was it. They were able to get him. So I I don't think I've ever seen anything this big in Australia. I think a couple overseas before, but yeah, it's when you are abusing that many children, you need to, I don't know, maybe we need to bring back stricter penalties or harsher penalties for someone like this, because that's just not normal. I've seen a couple of abuse cases where it's like 20 charges, 40 charges, something like that. But over 1,000 charges, sexual abuse offenses, insane. It says here, like a former childcare worker has been charged with more than 1,600 child abuse offenses, including rape, against 91 young girls at a dozen early learning centres in Brisbane, Sydney, and overseas over a 15-year period. I reckon he was offending longer than that. Police say they became aware of the 45-year-old Gold Coast childcare worker's alleged offending after recently identifying video discovered on the dark web in 2014. So it seems like they've been trying to track him down for quite a while. If that was like 2000 so they got onto him pretty quickly, but it took a while to actually figure it out, it seems like. He was arrested in August 2022, with police allegedly discovering a hard drive filled with child abuse material of young girls while executing warrants at his home and other addresses. The AFP Assistant Commissioner Justine Goff described the alleged offending as deeply distressing and unfathomable. The man is now facing 1,623 child abuse charges, including 136 counts of rape, 110 counts of sexual intercourse with a child under 10, alleged to have taken place from 2007 to 2022. The AFP alleges the offending took place in 10 childcare centres in Brisbane between 2007 and 2013, and 2018 and 2022, an overseas location in 2013 and 2014, and one centre in Sydney between 2014 and 2017. The man worked at other childcare centres, but the AFP have confirmed that there is no other allegation the man offended at those centres. Be interesting to figure out why he was unable to offend at those centres. Hey Laura G, hey PB&J, how are you? Good to see you. I hope you are enjoying this test. We're just reading through one story, and then I will go. I'm not sure what we'll use this channel for. Probably other topics where we wouldn't normally talk about them on WebSleuth, like, I don't know, breaking news or weather events, tornadoes or something, something like that, where it wouldn't fall under the same category of information that we do over there. Or we might do like after shows here. If people are really, really wanting to keep going after the main show, we might just come here and hang out for a couple of hours because I got time in the afternoon to hang out with you both or all of you. And that, I've often heard people saying, why don't we go later? And why can't we go until 2 a.m. or something? So we might do something like that. But yeah, have a good sleep, Laura G. Thank you for showing up. I appreciate it. And PB and J, good to see you. I hope as we do more of this, the message will spread that there is another channel, because I don't think many people know that it's here. So it's been sort of sitting here dormant for I don't know, a while, like a few months or something, and I didn't really know when I was going to do it, and I just thought, oh well, we'll have a go tonight and see how it goes. Actually, I was going to do it yesterday, but then YouTube holds you for 24 hours and says you can't live stream when you first request access for 24 hours. So you have to wait a day before you can actually go live. So yeah, I don't know how much longer we'll go. I just wanted to test all this because we're kind of cross accounting at the moment with Web Sleuths and this channel. So thanks to Trish for that. But I just wanted to make sure it actually worked in case we need it. But yeah, that's it. I hope you guys do more research on this case. This will be probably for years we'll hear about this. I've just, see how a picture of bed sheets from the dark web led police to Brisbane's childcare centre and man's arrest. They're saying here, in 2014, detectives from a specialist Queensland police unit came across a small number of videos and images posted online depicting the abuse of two girls, but containing few clues as to where in the world they had been made. After the discovery by Task Force Argos, the Australian Federal Police and other agencies began an international search for the victims. This included uploading the material to a database that could be searched by law enforcement agencies, but the trail soon went cold. Whoever made the images was not a prolific poster on the dark web and was never considered the most wanted targets of child abuse investigators. Almost a decade later, in August 2022, the AFP made a breakthrough in the case while re-examining the images uncovered by Argos in 2014. Guardian Australian understands detectives sought to identify bed sheets depicted in the bed round of one of the images, were eventually able to trace into a childcare centre in suburban Brisbane. Remarkably, after a global investigation, the images and videos had been made less than 20 kilometres away from the Argos office. That's crazy. So when they were actually, when the abuse occurred, it was down the road, like 15-minute drive from and they were hunting all over the world for whoever had made these images and who the victims were, but it was literally around the corner. That must have been shocking for them. Perhaps more remarkably, the tiny traces from those few videos and images ultimately led to the discovery of a childcare worker now accused of being Australia's worst serial pedophile. Yeah, I had a feeling this is probably the worst set of charges for a single person. I've never heard of over 1,000 charges for a single arrest before. I've heard accumulated over time, but not one arrest and then getting 1,000 charges. On Tuesday, the AFP and Queensland Police announced the man, aged 45, had been charged with 1,623 child abuse offences against 91 girls, including 136 counts of rape and 110 counts of sexual intercourse with a child under 10. The AFP's Assistant Commissioner described the offending as unfathomable, so they're doubling up here on the reporting that we read before. It's just mental. I just want to know what stacked those charges so bad if they're saying that he had gaps in offending. But yeah, it's very interesting. Very interesting. Well, I hope you guys are all having a good night. I hope you had a fun show with Trish and insightful one earlier. And who knows, we might be back here sooner rather than later. And hopefully next time with the camera. I actually turned it off by accident. So, well, that's it. Thank you for being here for the test. I appreciate it. Tell people I appreciate it. Tell people about the channel if you can, and help me spread it on Twitter and all those fun places. PB&J says, I bet you get monetized before Trish. I don't know why YouTube doesn't like her. Good night. I don't know about that. Like, it's crawling. We're at 12 subscribers. I think you need to have over 1,000 watch hours or 1,500 watch hours or something like that before you can even apply for the YouTube partner program. So we've got a long, long way to go, but we'll see. But I like you have confidence in me, so thank you. But that's it for tonight. Thank you, everyone, and we'll see if there's demand and people want it. we'll do more live streams after the main show. All right. Good night, everyone.